it's a little bit harder for Sheik to help you as Jigglypuff compared to like how she helps like Fox or whatever, or how Fox helps Puff. And so what ends up happening in this team is that Sheik and Puff kind of like just like sit there and like want you to come in and then we'll punish you for it. But I don't think that, and they're really good at that, but I don't think that they're actually that great at like forcing the issue. So we'll see how Red Team addresses that, if Green Team will play into their hand and just kind of try to game their way through, or if they will be like, you know what, I'm gonna chill too and see what you guys have to do. So far, I think Green Team is forcing the issue.
I think whatchamacallit, Panos and Hero are both fighters.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, fighting they are, and winning.
And fighting and winning. Fighting dreamers.
Yes. Banger opening. And there's that grab rest. You guys are gonna see plenty of that. Not as much in this set because there's the Ice Climbers threat, right? Because if you grab one of them, the other one can down smash, right? But if you get those grabs on Falcon, automatic.
Big button time. I commentated a set with one of Dawson's set with Hungrybox, and it was very funny that most of his critique was, you should just press the button more.
Is this in doubles or singles?
This is in singles. He was like, I would have reaction tech just pressed that.
You know, it's funny because that's like most of the time what people are saying when Hungrybox is on screen as well.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was very funny.
Yeah. I mean, low-key, that's just how it is with like Puff in general, like when you're on comms. Because, you know, when you're sitting at home, you're like, yeah, I would have rested that. I would have rested that. Yeah, why didn't they just raw rest right there? That would have been great. And then when you're under the flashing lights, it's different, folks. I promise.
I like to do the reverse when someone did something crazy. I'm like, me personally, I would have missed that.
Yeah,
they would have shield grabbed me, I would have died.
I would have went for it, failed.
Absolutely cooked.
Not only that, I would have gotten put in the combo video. They would have hit a sick clip after that, inspired by my failure.
See, that's why Fox is one of the best characters, because you can shine stall mid-combo, and then they have to decide how long the clip's going to be.
Yeah.
They can only put so much of it in then.
No, it's always funny as Puff if they're having like, you know, they hit me with like 3 cool things in a string, and it runs through my mind. I don't always do it. Most of the time I'll play along, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? We're hitting 3 pounds. You want that in your video?
Yeah, want that in your video. Dog true.
Yeah, Juicebox and Dawson making a little bit of a comeback here. You know, I would say are marginally in the lead if Juicebox can make it back here, which he does. And I think that part of it is just like Green Team is going to live and die by just making big plays, right? Whereas Red Team is much more of like the more passive and more consistent gameplay. And so Green Team, I think it's very easy for them to get a lead if they make some really big plays. And it's going to be a lot harder, but it's going to be hard for them to like consistently keep that lead going because they still need to make more and more plays, because team comp itself is not necessarily conducive to like a simple, consistent game plan, right? And so I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being very back and forth just because of that volatile nature.
Yeah, it's like the big reads happen and they get a lead, but then after that it becomes a war of attrition until the next big moment.
Yeah.
Because she can Jigglypuff just chip away at them.
Exactly. And, you know, chip away, and also you have the button.
And you have the button.
But not anymore.
Boom.
The button presser's out for the day.
Button presser's out. Rest is off the table.
Yeah.
It's important to note.
Rest is on the floor.
Rest is on the floor.
And it's way past the 5-second rule.
It's way past the 5-second rule.
Yeah, also Sheik, not good at 2v1s.
Nope.
Just not good at it. Oh, okay. Okay, another one of those. Yeah, the Sheik players are on it. And you do get Nana out of here, which honestly might be bad because Nana low-key kind of saved Juicebox earlier. But yeah, that's going to be that for game 1. Green Team does end up making it happen.
Notably, another 2 hats versus no hat team.
Yeah.
We do have an equal distribution of sight, though.
Actually, no.
Oh, no,
Juicebox does have a hat.
It's cut off.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it is 1 glasses per.
1 glasses per, yeah.
Very interesting. We gotta run like a study on this. See how that goes. Also, Dawson wearing the Phoenix shirt.
Oh yeah.
Dawson was
Rise.
Yeah, Dawson been going through his Phoenix art these last honestly like the last like year or so.
Rise. You want Chem Dawson now.
Yes, you want Chem Dawson. It's so funny because Kevin and Dawson both would enter like these delay-based net play tournaments, and they would like even play each other like back then. And so it was so funny like seeing that like rise, because I was like, I know those guys from like from East Coast Friday, and now they're just in the same region playing each other anyway.
Yep, goated.
Yeah, you love to see it. When the net play homie actually lives in your region, great feeling. That was me and Seven. We were friends on net play, and then we were like, wait, we're both in Maryland.
We can play for real.
we can do this for real. Ooh, nice. The up throw knee off stage there. And that is a challenge with Sheik and Sheik Puff, right? We were talking about how Sheik is not great at like getting back together after they're separated. Puff Sheik also not good at it.
Yeah, she's just floating around in the sky.
Yeah, and that's kind of why Puff really likes like Fox, for example, as a teammate. It's just because like Fox is so good at reconnecting. So again, it also even more so encourages like the Sheik and Puff to like stay together, to get those rests, to play a little bit more passively and whatnot. And so we're gonna have to. I think we're probably gonna see that from Red Team, especially since like if either of them get separated, you also are getting at risk of getting hit by the ices, right? Getting grabbed and then getting put in the blender. I don't know if wobbling in doubles is actually legal at this tournament, but if it is, then that's obviously a huge threat. And even if it isn't, you can still get handoff, and that's a bad time too.
The Sheik and the Puff need to stay close enough together that they can hold hands in case Falcon hits a really scary knee.
Yes. One needs to be able to cower in fear while the other one holds them at each shoulder.
Yeah. They can take turns. Like I think they can both do it for each other.
That's true. I think that in general, Sheik is holding Puff though. I think Puff is kind of a scaredy cat.
Yeah, Puff is definitely scary. Big rest. God. Now 4-1. Wow. Or 4-2.
We need one more syllable on that.
God rest.
Ooh, nice tech chase rest. That's a really nice setup that I like to do as well. Is even when you're like on the ground, you can kind of just like read them doing like one, and right there it could have been tech to the right as well. So you kind of put yourself in the right position, and then as soon as you see it, you just like you go for it. So it's kind of like halfway between a read and a reaction. You get the read and then you react to it being correct. I think Lod had a word for that at some point, but I forgot.
Read action.
No, that was what Scar and Toph coined.
Oh, okay.
Lod called it like a read confirmation or something like that.
Oh yeah, something.
Something.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see where they end up going. I think we could go Yoshi's and just sow complete chaos, or we could go FD because she hates FD, as we know.
I think Juicebox gotta take off the hat to have more synergy.
That's true. That's true. That's why they still have 0 on their scoreboard, even though they actually did. Okay, never mind.
Alternatively, Juicebox could put their hat on Dawson, right?
Okay.
And I think that would probably
switch back and forth.
So yeah, they can switch back and forth.
Yeah. They can both get the same lice, and then the lice can play the game for them.
And the lice can play the game for them.
Like the Ratatouille situation we were talking about earlier.
And then when one of them's down and they're wearing the hat, they can turn it backwards. But when they trade the hat back, right, they put it on forward, so the other person
so you get the activation.
The power up. Yeah.
Wait, we're
cooking.
Guys, take notes.
We're solving doubles.
Take notes. We're figuring it all out. Yeah, very long edge guard there for Dawson against Panos, and then gets the rest right after. But they both get need off stage, so this is what I'm talking about, the explosivity, Juicebox and Dawson chipped away, finally got the edge guard, ended up getting the rest, and then Green Team went boom, boom, and then, it's not quite even, but it's much closer.
It's definitely a very explosive match.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I will say that I think the stage is. I think the stage makes sense
funny.
From the Sheik perspective and from the Icy's perspective, but I do think that it's been causing a little bit of trouble for Falcon to try and get back to stage and also to SluG. Without the platforms, it's been kind of oppressive for any of these characters to get to their teammate.
Not close enough to hold hands.
Exactly. One of them is getting really scared watching the ring, and the other one's no one to be seen.
Yeah.
Ooh, gets a dash attack instead of a smash attack. I don't know, maybe, actually at that percent, maybe we wanted it. Ooh, that's really unfortunate. I can say firsthand as a Puff player, you know, you jump and then you want to not turn around, so you do the aerial for the drift, and sometimes your teammate happens to be right there, and then you're like, damn, my bad. In singles, it doesn't matter. That was huge.
Doggone rest.
Yeah. SluG wave dashing in, seeing that his teammate was about to get grabbed, trying to, you know, help out, but it ended up just with him in the crossfire. And now they're playing, they're separating the two climbers. This is just sad.
Is it time for a SluG slam?
It might have to be.
It might have to be.
Nah, we got to save the SluG slam. Yeah, that was... Trying to activate it there would be a waste of power.
I feel like smiling, laughing Dawson is a dangerous man.
Yeah, right?
Dangerous man.
Normally a stone cold killer.
Normally a stone cold killer.
And you know, a killer is scary, but when the killer starts laughing, that's probably even scarier.
That's even scarier.
And your teammate isn't even there to hold you.
Isn't even there to hold you because they're not close enough.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a bad situation, left, right, and center. But yeah, we'll see what green team ends up counterpicking this time. I feel like FD really, honestly, did not work out that well. But that might have just been a play better moment, you know? Like we were saying earlier, these two kind of have to make these explosive plays. And Dawson was able to get a good amount of explosive plays himself. And so if they can turn it on and turn Dawson off, then, you know, that could be massive.
There was a moment where both Panos and SluG had their hands like touching their face in the exact same way.
Now that's synergy.
That's synergy.
He gets the rest there, gets woken up by the Sheik immediately, of course.
No naps.
No naps, no naps. Yeah, I never even thought about that, but like being Puff in doubles must be so frustrating. You keep going to sleep and then your homie like shakes you like as soon as you get like, bro, I'm trying to get some rest. Terrible feeling.
Imagine winning the tournament, no naps, not a single one.
Exactly. And she's such a sleepy Pokemon.
She is such a sleepy Pokemon.
Ooh, okay. Down smash was trying to cover all the angles, but unfortunately it was still a little bit too far from ledge. And yeah, it's honestly like, I feel like the FD pick, it seems like it would be really good for Ices. And I think in some ways it kind of is, but I have to notice, it might have just been a difference in how Red Team is playing it, but it feels like Nana is getting hit in the crossfire so often, and SluG has just been put in these situations where he's between between Puff and Sheik, and it's not looked fun.
He's having a problem between saving his wife, Nana, and then saving the homie that should have been in the dress, Panos.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a hard situation to be in.
Yeah, and it's going to weigh on your mental. You know,
because you're thinking like, did I make the right decision? Could have we made it work?
Yeah.
Or did I go home to Nana?
And you want to save both, but if you're gonna try and save both, you're gonna save neither.
You're gonna save me, right? So true.
But yeah, and green team once again separated, does end up making it back together that time. But this is tough.
Big rest.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. All things considered, kind of whatever for green team. You do get rested, which definitely sucks, but at least you get the double kill afterwards. It was really interesting, I have to point out, that Panos actually got out of the grab, but was mashing so hard that he ended up just up being, and Dawson rested that. Ooh, it does get the... Yeah, and not high enough percent for SluG to really make anything happen there. So they're gonna need a really big moment if they want to win this set. Right now, Red Team can kind of sit on their laurels a little bit, you know, chipping here and there, you know, maybe bait them into doing something bad, get a rest, get a big opening, get an edge guard. And it's tough because every percent you take, you know that it's just going to be harder and harder. And Nana's not even synced up.
It's the moment where they really need the power of friendship.
Exactly. And Nana's gone. And I think right there, SluG was low-key kind of getting a little tunnel vision. Sheik actually came on stage, and I think Panos was expecting SluG to wave dash over and try to hit, but SluG was following the Jigglypuff's landing.
The dead Falcon, yeah.
And that's the dead Ices.
Oh, no.
Wow.
And that's it. I feel like maybe if they would have watched...
He's still surprised.
He's still surprised. Maybe if they would have watched like Jujutsu Kaisen hype edits of Toto and Yuji, they would have won. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe you know, get some fairy tale in there, some bleach. You know, power of friendship.
Power of friendship.
Yeah, and I think Is it can we Ziff Hungrybox versus Juicebox and Dawson next?
Double
or,
Jigglypuff
or
ones?
does
Or not double
Ziff
Jigglypuff?
or does Ziff and Juan play against another team?
I don't know. I think they play.